edition of AVTN, we'll bring you the latest insight on vote 2016, including the latest poll numbers for your presidential hopefuls. See where your candidate lands later in the show. And the Mustangs break records while reminding locals of the 70s. Details on the great start of the football season ahead in sports, plus a look at the weather, all ahead during this edition of AVTN News. Hello, and thanks for joining us here on AVTN for this early October edition of AVTN News. I'm Josie.
And I'm Mackenzie.
With 1 month of school already gone for the 2015 to 2016 school year, we begin with our top story highlighting all of the excitement enjoyed throughout last month's homecoming festivities. Here with the details now is Jenna.
Homecoming 2015 was a huge success this year, bringing lots of excitement to not only the halls of our district's buildings, but to all the communities within the district. The halls were decorated, tractors were parked, costumes put on, and of course the crown was announced. The 2015 Homecoming Week was filled with events for everyone to enjoy, from staff and students dressing up for different theme days, to the community attending the community pep rally and Powder Puff football game. This year saw Ross Thedens and Tristan Ludwig named King and Queen, along with a senior Powder Puff victory. The week concluded with a huge televised victory in football, which we'll have more later in sports. Homecoming was a great kickoff to the year, and staff are hopeful the excitement and positive energy will continue throughout the year. Reporting for AVTN, I'm Jenna.
Thanks, Jenna. One event did have to be postponed this year. The regularly scheduled Rough and Tough Staff and Student Volleyball Tournament will be held in early November. This is a result of Mustang football team being invited to be a part of local TV broadcasts.
Progress continues on the Independence Community School District campus. This past spring and summer, work was completed on the district's new tennis courts, allowing for summer and fall practices to commence on the new courts. In further development of the school's unified campus, the Mustang Foundation has paved the way for the further progress with the final push, which began construction earlier this fall with the foundations of a new baseball and softball complex being poured. These new diamonds will be near the football field on the northeast end of FFA Ag Fields.
In other campus news, many have seen one very visible change to campus coming into this school year. A new gravel access road was installed over the summer to allow for greater campus connectivity. The access road, while closed to traffic during the school day, will allow district officials to better transport students on shuttle buses across the campus without having to drive longer routes or through heavier community traffic. The new gravel access road also connects the new softball and baseball fields to additional parking, which many have already been utilized during home football games.
What goes up must come down, and that is true for the decades-old former Independence High School, formerly known as Jefferson High School. The school that was originally built in the 1950s as a junior high school saw the end of its journey this past month as the anticipated demolition began. Crews from Lansing Brothers Construction hit this past spring with the salvaging project, including removal of the old gym bleachers and other materials. In the last 2 weeks, much visible progress has been made with the removal of both the north and south wings. The entire project is expected to be completed through this fall. The marching band has been hard at work all this past summer leading up to this fall's competition season. This year's show, Caravan, Tales of the Silk Road, features Arabian and Middle Eastern themes, visually and musically pulling on the musical melodies of the jazz classic Caravan. So far this season, the contest season has been off to a great start with first place finishes at the first 3 contests held at Linn-Mar, Cedar Rapids Prairie, and the Five Seasons Marching Invitational. Because of our show's taping schedule, results for the group's Week 3 contest for the Iowa High School Music Association's State Ratings Festival and the Valley Fest Showdown Regional contests were not available. You can see those results and full contest results at the bottom. The season concludes with the final contest, October 17th in Waukee, Iowa at the Waukee Marching Invitational.
FFA has also been busy preparing for this fall season, both in attending conferences at other schools as of late, but as well as the anticipated corn crop harvest. Each year, volunteers from around the county donate time, labor, machinery, and materials to plant, cultivate, and harvest a crop, both as a fundraiser and as an educational experience for all students currently enrolled in the Ag program. This past spring also saw the completion of the greenhouse on the south end of the junior-senior high school, which will allow for further crop and plant studies. Coming up after the break, we'll switch gears and take a look into your local, state, and world news, including the latest Iowa poll results and news that will keep you thinking about summer. Later, we'll take a look at the latest in sports with your Mustang Nation sports and your weather vision forecast as the AVTN news for early October continues right after the break. You're watching AVTN All Things Mustang.
Looking for a great way to support the Maroon and White? Consider sponsoring AVTN. AVTN is a year-round project for the Independence AV Tech Club, which provides video services to both arts and athletics. AVTN advertising is a fundraiser for the AV Tech Club, allowing students involved to become further hands-on with the latest technology and expand our services. Over the past year, grant money, donations, and advertising have allowed our group to upgrade our productions to full HD video, increase special effects at auditorium shows, and to bigger and more energetic services for athletics. AVTN is truly made possible with your support and is a great way to connect the school with our community. To learn more about AVTN sponsorships, contact Mr. McBride, executive producer of AVTN, at tmcbride@independence.k12.ia.us or by phone at 319-334-7400. AVTN, your source for all things Mustangs. Have you had the opportunity to see or play in an athletic event at Lyle Limbaugh Field? How about visit or use the multi-purpose athletics facility at the field? Have you or someone you know had the chance to walk the American Trotter Trail on the district's campus? Chances are many of you have, but many of you may not know a group of volunteers comprising the Independence Mustang Foundation has helped pave the way for these great assets to our school district and community, literally, by also working on the Limbaugh Complex Paver Project. The Mustang Foundation continues to support district-wide projects including the Junior-Senior High School Grand Piano, new cameras and technology for staff, students, and AV Tech Club, plus the group is now working on a project called The Final Push, which will foster new field turf for outdoor events, a new district home for the school's tennis, softball, and baseball teams with venues on the district's unified campus. Learn how you can donate and support the Mustang Foundation's mission by visiting their website at www.indymustangfoundation.com. The Mustang Foundation, helping unite us all as the Mustangs. The Mustang Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit organization.
For the past 7 months, the City of Independence has been moving forward with the beginnings of the multi-year infrastructure improvement plan. This past spring and summer, crews have been hard at work around the city, working on water drainage issues, potholes, and in the case of 2nd Avenue Southwest, replacing entire sections of concrete roadway and sidewalks. The project has been in the works for the past year, working with contractors to survey the city's streets looking for drainage and structural problems.
With the former Independence High School coming down, as we told you earlier in this show, the City of Independence is nearing the beginnings of another project recently passed by Independence taxpayers. Earlier this summer, voters in Independence passed a bond allowing the City of Independence to proceed with plans to construct a new swimming pool on the old high school property. The new swimming pool has been in the works for the past several years, but recently gained more traction upon the disclosure of current facility inefficiencies. The new pool is expected to be complete and open for the summer of 2017.
In state news, Governor Terry Branstad and Lieutenant Governor Kim Reynolds have announced an initiative plan to increase skilled labor in the state of Iowa. According to the Associated Press, Branstad noted other plans that aim to help increase the number and quality of jobs in Iowa over the coming years. In the report, Branstad and Reynolds cited that research shows 65% or more jobs will require post-secondary education by 2025. But this new initiative proposed by the governor would seek 70% by that same time.
Area farmers could be in for a rough harvest season. Crop prices were predicted earlier this year to be less than favorable for farmers here in Iowa. The combination of excellent weather and growing conditions across much of eastern Iowa and lower corn and soybean prices are leading to the concern that many farmers may in fact lose money on the growing season. Because this spring allowed for planting to be done on time, plants were on schedule and allowed a full growing season. Throughout the summer, most market analysts have reported a likely record bumper crop, leading to a demand for storage as many farmers try to hold on to the grain in hopes of selling it at a later point with hopes for higher market prices.
The latest poll numbers are out, and it's more of the same for Iowa. The latest averaging by the Huffington Post takes into account more than 20 ongoing Iowa and national polls. On the Democratic side, Hillary Clinton continues to lead Bernie Sanders 43 to 35%, though Clinton has been seen slowing support as of late. On the Republican side, the three non-politician candidates, Trump, Carson, and Fiorina, continue to top Iowa GOP polls, with Donald Trump still maintaining his moderate lead over second-place Carson. All current poll standings can be seen below. The nearest current GOP politician is fourth place Ted Cruz, who is continuing to hold in the middle of the pack, which is just shy of 8% support. The 2015 Atlantic hurricane season has been a rather quiet one, until Tropical Storm Joaquin formed on September 28th. Only 2 days later, Joaquin strengthened into a Category 3 hurricane about 170 miles east of central Bahamas. The storm, while never making landfall, did manage to track north along the southeastern U.S. coast, causing nearly 2 feet of rain to fall across portions of South Carolina, creating a 1,000-year flood situation. The massive rain and destruction associated with this hurricane has left more than 15 people dead, and more than 13 dams and levees to break. On October 1st, a container ship called the El Faro lost all communications on 7:20 p.m. in the vicinity of the Bahamas. The storm is also connected to the missing container ship El Faro, which is believed to have sunk in the eastern Caribbean after it tried to navigate the large waves and 100+ mile-hour winds. More than 30 are still missing. Coming up after the break, we'll switch gears and give you the latest excitement surrounding a dominating Mustang football team with your Mustang Sport Report. But first, here's Marissa with a look at your weather vision forecast.
More dry and above normal temps are in the future as fall looks to continue on the normal to dry side. Details about how long the nice weather might have after the break. You're watching the early October edition of AVTN All Things Mustang.
What does it mean to be maroon and white? What does it mean to be a Mustang? Pride, determination, and a unified support of all things Mustang. Support the 3 A's of Mustang excellence: arts, athletics, and academics. Success in all areas and a drive to be competitive is who we are. We are the Mustangs. Support the maroon and white in school and around town by showing your Mustang pride each and every day. This message is brought to you by AVTN and the Independence AV Tech Club.
Looking for a great way to support the maroon and white? Consider sponsoring AVTN. AVTN is a year-round project for the Independence AV Tech Club, which provides video services to both arts and athletics. AVTN advertising is a fundraiser for the AV Tech Club, allowing students involved to become further hands-on with the latest technology and expand our services. Over the past year, grant money, donations, and advertising have allowed our group to upgrade our productions to full HD video, increase special effects at auditorium shows, and to bigger and more energetic services for athletics. AVTN is truly made possible with your support and is a great way to connect the school with our community. To learn more about AVTN sponsorships, contact Mr. McBride, executive producer of AVTN, at tmcbride@independence.k12.ia.us or by phone at 319-334-7400. AVTN, your source for all things Mustangs.
Summer has come and gone, though fall doesn't seem to want to feel much like fall. Normal highs this time of the year for mid to late October should dropping into the low to mid 60s with overnight low normals in the 40s. We're going to see a last shot of summer hold on for the next few days, and there's no big cool down in the near future. And keeping in the mid-eastern Iowa usually sees the first official frost mid-October, but I don't think we need to worry about that just yet. That's all going to be thanks to the change in the upper atmosphere. We'll see a dominating high pressure setup over the west central Rockies, along with a strong Hudson Bay low. This will cause a more zonal flow from the west to east, keeping temperature in Iowa mild. This will also help farmers stay dry in the fields, as it will push most of the activity weather and cooler air to the north and west through the Dakotas and Minnesota for much of the next week. Temperatures across the nation will stay near to the slightly above normal for Tuesday and beyond, as Iowa and much of the Midwest looks to stay above normal in the upper 60s, low 70s, with the peak of the mild weather to come Wednesday as the high pressure to our west builds a ridge of 70s and 80s across Nebraska and the Dakotas. As the high pressure slides to the north and east by Thursday, we'll see temperatures cool off in the mid-60s. Overnight lows will stay mild through the week as well, staying above normal in the upper 40s and lower 50s. through late week. Looking ahead, the long-range climate outlook suggests a slightly warmer than normal October. The precipitation side of things wants to suggest slightly above normal moisture, but we're not seeing signs of rain in the next 7 days. November looks to be more of the same as we look ahead at the late fall climate outlook. Warmer than normal temps and near normal precipitation. As we look closer to home, we'll see temps around northeast Iowa staying in the low 50s overnight tonight. Tomorrow temps will rise across the area into the upper 60s. Some areas could reach the lower 70s. Looking forward ahead as the Weather Vision 7-day forecast, temps will be hold in the mid up to 60s for daytime highs. Some areas may reach 70 by midweek before cooling down into the low 60s by the end of this week. Overnight lows will be in the upper 40s and low 50s, and again, no real significant chance of rain in the next 7 days.
Thanks, Marissa, for that great sounding forecast. Coming up after the break, Narisa is in with the latest update for your Mustang Nation Sports Center. You're watching the news for early October here on AVTN, All Things Mustang.
What can being a Mustang do for you? Let's start from the top. Being a Mustang will give you the chance to learn from some of the state's best teachers at all levels, kindergarten through high school. Being a Mustang will allow you the chance to become involved and hands-on with our state award-winning arts, athletics, plus our non-competitive activities groups. Being a Mustang will allow you to study, achieve, and grow into the person you want to be. Will you be a Mustang? For more information on the Mustang Way, visit the school's website at www.independence.k12.ia.us. Independence Community Schools. Start here, succeed anywhere. Have you had the opportunity to see or play in an athletic event at Lyle Limbaugh Field? How about visit or use the multi-purpose athletics facility at the field? Have you or someone you know had the chance to walk the American Trotter Trail on the district's campus? Chances are many of you have, but many of you may not know a group of volunteers comprising the Independence Mustang Foundation has helped pave the way for these great assets to our school district and community, literally, by also working on the Limbaugh Complex Paver Project. The Mustang Foundation continues to support district-wide projects including the Junior-Senior High School Grand Piano, new cameras and technology for staff, students, and AV Tech Club, plus the group is now working on a project called The Final Push, which will foster new field turf for outdoor events, a new district home for the school's tennis, softball, and baseball teams with venues on the district's unified campus. Learn how you can donate and support the Mustang Foundation's mission by visiting their website at www.indymustangfoundation.com. The Mustang Foundation, helping unite us all as the Mustangs. The Mustang Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit organization.
Taking a look at your Mustang Nation sports, the Mustang football team is off to record pace behind the strong-powered offense featuring running back Jake Jewell, quarterback Nick Holt, and receiving Colin Bootzlaw, Spencer Pink, and Nick Steger. The Mustangs currently sit second overall in the conference, tied for first with West Delaware at the time of our taping. Because our shows are recorded in advance, the Week 7 score from Charles City is below. The season to this point has not been seen by a Mustang team since 1973, when the then Mustangs went 9-0 on the season. So far this season, Nicholas Holt has broken several individual records while putting this team on his shoulder, which led to him being named KCRG Athlete of the Week. The Mustangs will meet for a showdown in Manchester to face the West Delaware Hawks this Friday night. Last year, the Mustangs beat the Hawks at home. The Mustangs will look to make it a back-to-back wins over the Hawks with a 7:30 kickoff again Friday night. Looking ahead, the Mustangs look to be in control for a repeat entrance into the high school football playoffs as they sit 2 games ahead of already beaten Team Decorah and Crestwood. Should the Mustangs hold on to the top 2 finish in the conference, a home field playoff game could be in the future, which would take place Wednesday, October 28th. The Mustangs are hopeful for a playoff, but with a playoff comes postseason rules, some of which likely will reduce some of making the Indy Stadium a great atmosphere. According to state regulations, the team entrance, lights, and smoke would not be permitted, nor would a majority of the music played during regular season games, regardless of home field advantage. With a chance in class for the Mustang women, the Mustang volleyball teams have embarked on a season hoping to return to the postseason following a season with the ladies came on 1 game short of making the state tournament.
Let's start over from the top right here. Make sure it's change, not change.
change. Oh, with the change.
It'll make more sense. All right. 3, 2, 1.
With the change in class for the Mustang women, the Mustang volleyball team has embarked on a season hoping to return to the postseason following a season where the ladies came up one game short of making the state tournament. Bumping up from Class 3A to 4A has put more pressure on the Mustangs to play solid defense against powerhouse team in West Delaware and Marion. In the past couple weeks, the Mustangs have beat South Tama in Western WAMAC conference play, but came up short against the Marion Indians, who were top ranked 10. In cross country, the Mustangs have strong enough numbers this season to sponsor both a women and men's team, which both have boosted personal records this season in the first half of competition. Independence this season is fortunate enough to be chosen as a host site for the year's WAMAC Conference Cross Country Meet, which will be held this Thursday on the MHI grounds, October 17th at 4 p.m. Winter sports are approaching quickly, and for the junior high, it's only a matter of days. Junior high wrestling will begin later this month with the first official team practices. Students interested in signing up for junior high wrestling should see Coach Carey soon. The first wrestling meet will be Tuesday, November 10th on Center Point Urban Middle School versus the CPU Stormont Pointers and West Delaware Hawks. As we wrap up the sports, here's a look at your Mustang Nation scoreboard. We'll be right back.
What does it mean to be maroon and white? What does it mean to be a Mustang? Pride, determination, and a unified support of all things Mustang. Support the 3 A's of Mustang excellence: arts, athletics, and academics. Success in all areas and a drive to be competitive is who we are. We are the Mustangs. Support the maroon and white in school and around town by showing your Mustang pride each and every day. This message is brought to you by AVTN and the Independence AV Tech Club.
Looking for a great way to support the maroon and white? Consider sponsoring AVTN. AVTN is a year-round project for the Independence AV Tech Club, which provides video services to both arts and athletics. AVTN advertising is a fundraiser for the AV Tech Club, allowing students involved to become further hands-on with the latest technology and expand our services. Over the past year, grant money, donations, and advertising have allowed our group to upgrade our productions to full HD video, increase special effects at auditorium shows, and to bigger and more energetic services for athletics. AVTN is truly made possible with your support and is a great way to connect the school with our community. To learn more about AVTN sponsorships, contact Mr. McBride, executive producer of AVTN, at tmcbride@independence.k12.ia.us or by phone at 319-334-7400. AVTN, your source for all things Mustangs. Have you had the opportunity to see or play in an athletic event at Lyle Limbaugh Field? How about visit or use the multi-purpose athletics facility at the field? Have you or someone you know had the chance to walk the American Trotter Trail on the district's campus? Chances are many of you have, but many of you may not know a group of volunteers comprising the Independence Mustang Foundation has helped pave the way for these great assets to our school district and community, literally, by also working on the Limbaugh Complex Paver Project. The Mustang Foundation continues to support district-wide projects including the Junior-Senior High School Grand Piano, new cameras and technology for staff, students, and AV Tech Club. Plus, the group is now working on a project called The Final Push, which will foster new field turf for outdoor events, a new district home for the school's tennis, softball, and baseball teams with venues on the district's unified campus. Learn how you can donate and support the Mustang Foundation's mission by visiting their website at www.indymustangfoundation.com. The Mustang Foundation, helping unite us all as the Mustangs. The Mustang Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit organization.
Before we wrap up this edition of AVTN News, we want to let you know about a couple upcoming events. Coming up on October 30th, the Wrestling Department will be hosting a fundraiser featuring public entertainment and Deuces Wild, a dueling piano show unlike any other. At last count, there was only a handful of tickets left. For more information, visit the Hindi Wrestling webpage or contact Coach Doyle, Donnelly, Shannon, or Carey. Also coming up the following week, November 5th, 6th, and 7th, the Junior-Senior High School will present this year's fall play, Peter Pan. Details of the show will be later available this month at Junior-Senior High School. And with that, we turn to Marissa for your final look at the Weather Vision forecast.
We'll stay warm and dry for the next 7 days and doesn't look to change much through the end of the next month, so enjoy the warmer weather while it lasts.
And with that, we want to, of course, thank you, as always, for tuning in to this broadcast of AVTN News. AVTN News is a production of the Students and AV Tech Club here at the Independence Junior Senior High.
If you have a news suggestion or nomination for our Living the Mustang Way segment, feel free to send us an email to indieavtech@gmail.com.
This has been AVTN News for early October 2015. Thanks again for watching. For Marissa, Nerissa, and Jenna, I'm Josie Fischel.
And I'm Mackenzie Holman.
We'll see you again next time on AVTN, All Things Mustangs. Have a great day and an even better tomorrow.